Hello, everybody. We are Gotham After Dark, DM Discretion, Noctem, Crimson Sage, Twitch Emerald, and Fortune Teller. Which Twitch will be joining us later. He's running a little late. So just want to make sure that we get everybody set up. My camera is frozen, so pardon me a second. I think I have to. Now it's twitching. That's hilarious. There we go. All right. Make sure I got everything going here. Good. How's everybody doing tonight? All rested and ready to go? I hope. I think. I pray. Let's see. From our last session, the group had come to a tentative standstill in information gathering with the unfortunate psychic meltdown of Fortune Teller, disabling computer system security, internal security, and causing a general ruckus to anyone within up to a mile heard the explosion, but anyone closer was up from the explosion of his psychic blast.
You just keep on adding stuff.
I'm going to keep on adding to that. And let's see. Twitch was rebooting his drones and his vehicles, and they're just about done. Emerald and Noctem were trying to come up with a plan of action, with Noctem working on rebooting the systems. Crimson Sage was curious as to how long it's going to take to reboot the systems, and within the next 3 minutes, that is... got my notes again. Analyst Tim Stone, who is Noctem's assistant and the guy in charge when he's not there to run his computer labs and cybersecurity. He estimates about 3 minutes before the full system reboot, so just hang tight. The Agent Smith of the FBI, he had some parting words for Agent Sage as he was leaving after Sage's near breakdown at the thought of losing Shiori yet again. And I'm going to pull up my Discord channel just to make sure that I got everything correct here.
Meeting summary with AI companion. We're using AIs now?
Alright, Abby, I'm gonna let you go since you're about to play with your game, okay?
Yep.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you too.
Bye.
And that would be Twitch. Saying lovey stuff.
Yep. You gotta let her wife every once in a while.
I mean, I guess. Let's see where you are here. Boom. Got you there. Close this off. There we go. All right. Okie doke.
Wow, look at that. A giant purple blueberry or something.
There we go.
Wait, that's Doughboy? Yo, dude, get some light on you. You look like a giant purple berry.
It looks like what was that girl from Willy Wonka?
Yeah, look at him. Is he sleeping?
You can't tell. I think he's doing that on purpose.
Oh, it's 2 planets.
Yikes.
He said that's no mood.
That's hilarious. Okay. So,
Sorry, I was late.
no worries. Let's see. Crimson Sage. All right, so this is the last bit of dialogue that we had on our Discord channel. You all welcome to join. And no, there's no pluses in the moonlight, Danny Demonic 1975. Thank you very much. So the last bit of dialogue before we go back into the live stream here. So Sage was trying his best to convince Agent Smith to utilize his resources in order to help the group along in their fact-finding and Scooby-Dooing of this, the locations of, well, not necessarily the locations of the three missing heirs, and but so much as to prevent whatever biological catastrophe that the Shadow Scale Syndicate had threatened, which, according to their timeline, is going to be roughly, in more than a few hours from now. So they're coming up against the deadline. And this last bit of dialogue I'll read. Seemingly exasperated by this conversation, Agent Smith lets out a deep breath. Says, look, I don't know if you took a master class in gaslighting, but you really should get your money back. For the last time, I will not aid or abet you or this team in anything that could jeopardize this case or my career. Follow whatever imaginary breadcrumbs you want. Pointing at fortune teller. Follow this psychic lunatic's on again, off again, 100% accurate when they work powers if you want. I'm going to get some much needed caffeine, then work the case from my office with trained professionals. If you have anything concrete that could be of actual help, let me know. I've had my fill of this circus. And as he crosses the room and to get to the elevator, he says, oh, and you may want to put these people on notice that they're only going to be allowed to operate autonomously, but for so long at the rate you are all going. And yes, I definitely include you in all of this. Good luck, Agent Sage. And he had got on the elevator and made his dramatic exit. Which brings us to current, to present, and to where the group is. So currently, Emerald, Noctum, Sage, and Fortune Teller are in the main penthouse living area or space, a la the Avengers Tower. And Twitch is still working in the computer labs with Analyst Stone. Now, Twitch had he had deciphered the fragment of the rootkit to where the words Project Seraph came up. Unknown, he doesn't know what that means, but that is what the cipher was able to decode. So that is where I'm going to leave you guys. Twitch, let's start with you. Your gear, meaning Birdie and Boom Boom and your car, are going to be up online in about a minute. So they'll be rebooted with whatever additions to your security protocols that you've decided to put in place. Those that you are able to, considering that you're not necessarily a hacker or an advanced programmer. However, that was your intent, and that's fine. But you're working with You're working in the computer labs. The code you were able to defragment, you have in hand. You're all still working off of walkies, internal walkies. In the meantime, you have the use of your personal phones, assuming that they're all secured at this rate. What are you doing exactly? How are you going to? What is your intent? And walk me through your entire thought process. Walk us, I
Alright.
should say.
So after I decipher the encoded message, the recorded message, I knocked them like excited. Like, yo, I found it. Yo, I figured it out. On the walkie. I knocked them. Yo, I figured it out. There's something called Project Sarah. Uh, I guess they're cloning angels. Huh?
Knocked him out. Are you there? If you're there, he's talking to you. You don't need me to interface.
Not sure what that means either. But it's worth noting.
It was kind of cool, man. I'm gonna do this again. Let's find some other stuff. I'm gonna start digging through the files to see if there's any other stuff in there I can look up.
Most of it is fragmented and does not necessarily compile into anything coherent. That particular bit of code was just what you were able to compile.
Twitch,
What's up,
do
boss?
me a favor. Run that name by Sage.
Sage is still trying to gather himself from his PTSD episode. But I'm just throwing it out there for just to remind Agent Sage where he was the last time we left.
Aren't these things one channel? So I start clicking. Sage. Hey, Sage.
No, I guess you guys are all on one channel unless you're telling me differently.
It's walkie-talkies. We're on the same channel, so that's why we're not passing too much critical information around.
Gotcha.
That stuff happens in person. In fact, even better, Sage, I need you to come to the computer room.
So I'll make my way over to the computer room.
You guys can keep going. Just you don't need me to tell you, or you see each other.
Hey,
Blah blah
Sage.
blah.
Look what I found. You look familiar to you?
So he shows me Project Seraph.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're cloning angels.
Might be a possibility, but I think it has to deal more with I can't be too sure because I never really had that deep a contact with that agent.
Huh?
There was an agent by the name of Seraph with regards to
Okay, bud?
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep it level here, but there was an agent by the name of Seraph. It's a little off. Can't tell you definitively who he was, because he was kept very much to the chest to another agent called Acosta, aka Patch. They worked in tandem and they worked really well, especially with the tech stuff. However, whenever they were around, they were always discussing something about code. I don't know if they were both hackers or they met that way or what have you. I really don't have that much information because we really didn't get a chance to really to know each other like we've known each other. everything is just literally from one day, well, not even a day, from 1 minute to the next of events that happened consecutively. But yeah, that does ring a bell with this.
What, do
this
you think there's a correlation between this project and that agent?
uh, it might be because, I mean, I don't believe in coincidences.
All right. So who you said there were two of them? Who's the other guy's name? I can start looking them up.
Uh,
Uh, I can
Ray,
look them up on my deck.
Reyes Acosta, aka Patch. If the timing is right, he should still be serving in the military right now.
All right. Check it out.
That's when I stop for a moment and turn around and look at you.
Okay.
Right now, you say.
Yeah.
So contacting them as you know them is possible.
No, I wouldn't know them right now. We'll get to know each other in about 4 years, give or take.
Oh, by the way, I need to. I'm sorry to break the action, but or to break the dialogue. I'm going to amend that 5-year thing to 1 year.
Okay. So it would be around the same time I get to meet them. With how you set up the last module, the one where it was Seraph, myself, Patch, Morgan. Even though the actual time frame of it all was what, at most, almost a month.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, would that be around the same time frame that we had some type of activity with each other? Although the actual core of it was what, maybe about a month? It's longer than that, but for my character's interaction.
Your character's interaction when you were introduced to the game, I would say roughly 2 weeks. But fast forward to the incident that brought you here, we're talking a full year.
That'd make more sense because it took my character a couple of months to get that warehouse.
Correct.
So yeah, and in 4 years, my other character was out of the military, and I had my own company.
All right. So yeah, a year. Wow. So that means some of these things are about to happen. I tell them that I told you guys about. It's only been about a year, so yeah. Myself then, I just got swung back into the beginning of where I started to interact with all the events that are about to happen. So I'm looking to see if everything's up and running.
What do you mean by everything?
Like computers and stuff like that, if they finished rebooting.
Oh no, Tim Stone, Analyst Stone, had given an ETA about 3 minutes. So in the course of your conversation, minute and a half. You can see you can see it. You can see the hardware cycling on.
All right. Well, once this comes up, I can give you an idea of what we were dealing with. What I will do is recall exactly what they did to the best of my ability with regards to the alignment of the planets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's setting up the days of the major events that occurred in each of those events. So I can bring up that and show them real time now of what I was dealing then.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be engraved in my memory because of the type of background I have. That does deal with my wheelhouse.
You know what? Twitch did bring up a good point. you're active military for the full 4 years. So the timing,
me?
I want to, yeah, I'm trying to get the timing correctly. So for you,
So my character was active military until he got married. He got captured, got rescued by his wife. Then they both discharged. Remember, she's a DON.
yes,
And my
And-
character started running the company.
okay,
So my character's headquarters was in New York,
okay,
and I was extending into I was going to start a new branch in California
okay,
because I wanted to move the family over because it was warm
sure.
and it had a real nice house until a giant fucking turtle stepped on.
I don't know what he's talking about. But okay,
We all remember that shit.
nobody.
Turtle.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
crap.
yeah, so right now, yeah, I have that cybersecurity company and consulting firm that's going strong right now.
Right.
In a line of like,
All right, so
high-tech
the system comes back online. All the lights, of what's remaining on the top floor, they come back online, and your comms are being rerouted, and you can hear people checking in from different floors.
so I'm gonna switch to my my subdermal mic and my check. Might do my check also with everybody, and then I'm gonna check for as everyone doing my check, I'm gonna scan the communication, see if it's all secure.
As of right now, yeah, they've changed security protocols to your backup security protocol. So I'll assume that you guys have multiple layers of security protocols in place just in case one fails. So this is one such failure. So you're now on the secondary protocol.
Yeah, we would. At the very least, 3 layers deep.
Understood.
And I'm gonna keep my drones and my drones in the car. I'm gonna keep them on
On
No
their
land.
docking stations.
yeah, I have them docked up, but their network is gonna be an intranet,
Okay.
internal. I'm not gonna let I won't expose them to the external, and I turn off their broadcast too. That way they're not broadcasting anything.
Very good.
Keep
All
it
right,
that way.
Lou, I've been pretty focused on the full analysis of the logs of both ours and Twitch's systems.
Mm-hmm.
With the rootkit loaded on an isolated system, I was looking for signatures, patterns, distinguishing marks, or any possible markers regarding the author.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been hyper-focused on.
Okay. Emerald, and I'm going to go to Fortune Teller. Emerald, what, if anything, are you doing at this moment? In about 5 minutes, the deputy mayor is supposed to be showing up.
I was checking in on Fortune Teller to see how he was holding up.
Okay. Then that's perfect. That's since you're both still at the top floor of the penthouse, you're in the penthouse suite there. There's some maintenance crews that are now coming up from the lower floors to clean, but they're not within earshot, so you guys can have that whatever dialogue you're gonna have.
I say, how you doing, Sugar? You okay? You want some tea? You had a little episode back there that scared all of us. Are you all right? I know you were trying to warn us about something going on with Noctum and whatever's going on, but I need you to pull it together, and we can handle that situation later. But I need you to pull it together because that Mr. Smith fellow, he's not too keen on us trying to get this job done. But I believe in all of us.
Fortune teller. Oh.
And that was done. I think that's wait for Dwight.
No, that's what I'm saying. Are you there, fortune teller?
Yes, I am.
Okay, there you go.
Would you like some tea?
No.
Tea time.
You must understand something.
Tee-hee.
Whatever he's carrying, it is not from this realm. Whatever it is, it holds an extreme, immense power. Not only that, it's chaotic evil. And it's attached to him.
Hmm.
And you are putting yourself at risk, just like everybody else in this team. I was attacked unprovoked, and he didn't even know. So, I can't be around somebody like that.
Well, how do you let me get my words together, sorry. What do you propose that we do if you're not? Does this mean that you're quitting the case, or you just don't want to work with Nocturne?
I understand that he is a co-founder of the group. I will not put you in any situation, but I am warning you that whatever that thing is will come back to haunt you. He thinks he has control over it, and he doesn't. It looks at him as a toy, a plaything. It is like in between worlds. I went into what you would say the psychic realm, the in-between, and it sits there watching everything that we're doing. It is very attached to him.
Well, that will have to be something that we have to address.
You know, it's so funny because you just put it off like it's something normal. It's not. You will not be able to do anything against it. If it was to attack, none of you will be able to help.
Well, do you have a way, from what you gleaned, was there anything that?
Listen, my abilities is mainly to help, to find the people, to help them in their time of need. It ran through my defenses like if I was nothing. So when I see him, I don't know if the thing will take over or not. I do not believe that he's controlling it. It is not being controlled. It's allowing him to use its abilities only for now.
Well, do you think the combined might of all of us will be able to?
No.
It'll kill all of us.
Yes.
What I was going to ask.
Just look at the mess on the floor. Look what he's done to me. I have never in my life have suffered so much pain and anguish. That is part of the reason of my frenzy. And I do not want to cause you or your team any more strife.
From what you gathered, was there any way to neuter or negate this ability?
No.
No?
It is a being of great intelligence. It knows exactly what it's doing. and it won't allow anyone to interfere whatever its plan is. Now, granted, he's made some type of device to hold it, but I don't think he knows what he has. When I questioned him, he was oblivious to the question that I asked. He does not know that he has something attached to him that is far beyond the capabilities of any of us here to subdue or to even maybe send back.
Okay. There's so much to take in. There's so much going on. You're gonna help us finish this case out, aren't you? Though.
I am going to change my clothes. I am, as you can see, I am a mess. Bathe up. I'm still recuperating. Lou, how long has it been since the situation?
With the amount of psychic healing that you can do, you would have been able to recover fully.
Well, I have a healing factor itself, but I'm just saying, like the damage.
The amount of damage that you took was severe, but your healing factor coupled with any psychic self-healing, you're able to recover yourself because you haven't been active. I'll say that entire time that everyone was talking and you were meditating and healing. You were focusing on healing. Yes.
Okay.
So you still feel the scars are more from a remembered pain than they are from a physical. Because as you said, you've never experienced something so traumatizing so quickly.
The only one thing that I can say is maybe you have somewhat of a defense due to your abilities with light, and it is pure darkness. But I cannot say if it will really work. It might just envelop your light, more darkness than what you could produce in light. I do not know. But Emerald, be very careful, because Noctum does not know what he has.
You are wise, and you are someone that I revere in our group, and I need your services. So I will definitely listen, and we'll take it up with Noctum, and we'll make sure we try to find a way prepared for.
Also, other note: if you have anything else of any other children or any other clues, bring them to me, and maybe I could be able to trace them somewhere.
I will.
That's the only other thing that I could think of.
Right. No, I definitely will.
What
You're very valuable, so.
What I'll do is I'll change my clothes. So Lou, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go take a deep shower, and I have like a all jet black suit. And what I'll do is I'm not gonna put the mask on. I'm gonna let my hair just hang down in front of me because I have long hair. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't know if you ever saw Castlevania. Basically, Dracula, what he looks like.
Okay. Oh, the new anime?
Not the new one. Not the new one. The new one is too jacked up. The original Castlevania that was on Netflix. I'm older. That's the
one I was talking about.
Yeah, like Vlad. Yeah, I look just like him.
Oh God, it was great. I say I let fortune teller know we're also waiting for the deputy mayor to appear because he's the person that warned us about this whole situation. Myself and Noctum and Sage are going to confront him and talk to him about what's going on. Your unfortunate episode caused an unfortunate ruckus. It brought police and emergency services to the building.
I apologize. If you want, I can leave the premises so that you don't have any more problems.
No, don't do that. I would just say, if you feel that you are going to have any kind of outburst again, let me know because I have the ability to possibly contain it when it happens, so we don't have that situation again.
I hopefully pray that I'm not going to be suffering that extreme amount of damage in one shot.
Okay. I know you have to clean up. We'll be here. Thank you for your frankness, and I appreciate.
Be careful, Admiral.
I know fortune teller's real first name.
Yes.
You want to tell it to him?
Yeah, he knows.
No, I don't have the sheet in front of me, so I'll just say your name and I'll look it up again later. But I address you by your first name, and say thank you for everything.
Magnus.
Magnus. Thank you for everything. I'll see you after you're done cleaning up.
Thank you very much.
I go find Noctum and everybody else after I've done. Noctum was in the computer lab, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
I then go look for Noctum and everybody else.
Okay. You make your way back, and just as Fortune Teller walks off into where he could get himself cleaned up, the elevator does open up to the deputy mayor. He comes out. He's in semi-street clothes, and he looks exhausted. You can see the bags under his eyes, and he's like, "All right, holy shit!" And he's just looking around like, "What the hell happened here?"
Hello, David.
Stranger danger. It's like, you really need to get a lid on this. This looks really bad. Imagine if somebody from the press would even just snap a couple of photos of this place.
Yeah.
It's like, is there somewhere we can talk that's a little bit more discreet? He's just looking at all your folks who are busy, but a couple of glances here and there.
I say yes. I escort him to one of our meeting rooms, and I knocked him and Sage. The DM is here. I need you to.
Okay. I mean, again, I don't necessarily have to walk you guys through that. If he's calling you guys,
I was muted.
Okay.
I was muted.
All right.
Copy.
Sorry.
I will attend remotely. I'm really neck deep in this.
Right. Sage, what about you? Are you available?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna need you to come with me. The deputy mayor is here.
Copy. On my way. I'm assuming that by that time I was able to bring that up so I could show Twitch and knock them that are there, right?
Walk me back through it, what you were talking about.
Remember the planetary alignment and the days of the major events that happened, the 7 events that happened?
Okay, so there's you
I'm
could
reconstructing
describe them, but they haven't happened yet.
No. I'm reconstructing the model from what I last remembered.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm positioning, I'm bringing up real time the position of everything that's happening. And the actual date, but I'm not sure by my jumping back the year if the dates are still going to correlate the same way. Understand what I'm saying? I don't know if anything's shifted back ahead of schedule or has pushed forward, but at least with the planetary alignment, the way it's working out with the each event that's happening, we should be able to figure that out.
You know what he's saying, right? He's reproducing the model of the alignment of the planets so that we can correlate with the dates, see the dates all match up.
Okay.
Over the new dates.
All right. That was a little easier to follow. Thank you very much. The reconstruction of the planetary alignments, you can get that from that's easy to get because you can get what do you call it, astrological charts, and be able to map that out on the computer. Now the issues with the events, describing them is the best that you can do. But even still, I don't recall that Sage was privy to every one of them.
I was because of the data dump.
Okay, so
I was privy to all the events, including the ones that I participated with, which were the last 3. Because remember, there was.
No, I think that was Calavera.
No, it was myself too. Because remember, there's also information that was given to us about the first 4. Starting with the first unit with his insect, the first event with his insect. Actually, he was a participant of 2. Then the other 2 was with Calabera. The first 2 were with Mage. The second 2 were with Calabera, and the last 3 were with my character now, Crimson Sage.
All right, so.
Now, as far as the details, I don't know all the details, but I do know the dates and I do know what the major event happened. Because it was the thing in London, it was the thing with the black spire, which the creatures came out from underground, the maggots, all those events. Starting with the book.
Okay. So you'll be able to give them a rough approximation of the events, the dates. Having the dates is fine, and using the astrological charts, you can easily corroborate that being Noctem and Twitch. You'll be able to map that out, given that this is happening in the future, and you can plot that out in a timeline. It'll take a few minutes at most with your computing power that you have right now. Unfortunately, because none of the events actually have happened yet, it's purely speculation on his part. And I say that in that they don't know you enough to know that this is real. And so far as most some of your predictions, they haven't necessarily borne the fruit that you have said that they were going to bear. Similarities, yes, but direct what was the word I'm looking for? But the fact that they haven't happened exactly as you've described is putting they're not in sync with what you've described so far.
Which what I'm surmising is that I'm way ahead of what's happened. I'm at the very origin.
I mean, you can surmise that all you want. I'm not here to corroborate that at this point.
Yeah. All right, Trump.
What?
Okay, so that being said, actually, when is the first event? The timeline that I'm in right now,
Mm-hmm.
how much time do we have before the very first event happens?
I'll tell you what. This one I will not make you roll, but I will make you roll at some point for future. But the event coincides within about 5 or 6 hours of the Shepherd exchange.
So 5 or 6 hours after the exchange.
Within 5 or 6 hours of the deadline for the Shepherd exchange, for the hostages.
Okay, but the exchange happens first.
Again, it is entirely within the. It's in the realm of possibility. What's that?
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. It's 5 or 6 hours from now,
Yeah.
and in that time frame, it's the exchange with Shepard if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So just before Emerald gets a hold of me, that's the last thing I leave him with. Within about 5 or 6 hours, the very first event's going to occur.
So what was that supposed to mean?
What that's supposed to mean is that the beginning of all hell breaking loose.
No. What's the event? And what are we to expect?
The event is the book, isn't it? That's the very first one.
No. Again, the events themselves, the early events, you just have dates and names. I didn't necessarily go into detail as to what they were. You just know that they occurred. It's the latter half of those games where the events started becoming more and more obvious, more and more. Less. There's no obfuscation like the Dark Day, the day the planet went black, the worms, the worm incursions. Those are more obvious, more public facing. But the earlier ones, they're very little in terms of what actually occurred.
So the very first event then would be what occurred in the mansion with Genevieve.
It's entirely possible, yes.
And isn't that location near where the exchange is supposed to happen?
Yes.
All right. So I give them every single detail that I can forward them with regards to what we were able to manage to gather. So I tell them I've already told them about the 6 families. And one of them is in the middle of all of this in about the next 5 or 6 hours, right by where the exchange is supposed to happen with Shepard.
Which family? That's going to be in the middle of it right now.
I don't know if anybody else heard you, but I didn't hear you.
I said which family? Which one's going to be in the middle of it right now?
Yeah. What was Genevieve's last name?
Simmons.
The Simmons family. As a matter of fact, all the women in that family are about to suffer something very horrible to them. And it seems to be a ritual that they do in order to bring forth this being into existence. I'm sorry that the details are fuzzy, but we never really ever got a chance to get the full set of it, except for the information that was in that data dump. And I bring up the jewels. I bring up the circles. Everything that's pertaining to that aspect of it.
Circles. Serious? Circle?
Yeah, there's magic involved in all of this.
No,
Along
I understand what a circle is, but I never heard of a circle being in that size or magnitude.
Well, apparently there's some type of shielding, but again, the first crew to investigate this were lost. Don't know what happened to them. All I know is that there was a massive manhunt call for them when they went to London. By that time, all the Simmons family was compromised, every last one of them. And using their clout, they brought up charges against the first crew. Now, whether they're real or made up, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I do know that crew eventually disappeared. Now, whether they went into deep hiding or they were caught and then exterminated, I don't know. But all of that begins within the next 5 or 6 hours with that Simmons family and their proximity to what's going on with Shepard. Now, Shepard is brand new to me. Well, at least to the new me, it's difficult to follow all of this.
Yeah, no kidding. So I'm gonna start looking up the Simmons family.
Okay. It's mostly this very old money, going back to the founding of the country. So what's the, oh my God. Their family genealogy follows along the same as the Rothschilds. They have members that are known, like their founders, but for the most part, a lot of their information is in the dark. Their wealth was mostly in banking, land ownership, not textiles. But, well, is oil a textile? Yes, right? Yeah. It's considered. So all of their money is deeply rooted in the founding of the country. So they're very old money, and a lot of their information is kept under wraps. Mostly the information that you're able to get from off of them, of the Simmons family, is through pseudo documentaries and one-off articles in publications like the New Yorker that were doing that were doing not exposés but features about the current generation of Simmons, and Genevieve Simmons is currently leading not the tech sector, but she's spreading her money. She's a very big philanthropist right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna see if there are any correlations between any of the subsidiaries or main corporations. If there are any connections between them, the security company, or the retailer.
Okay. All right. So you're working on that.
Yep.
I'm gonna come back to Emerald real quick. So Emerald.
Yes.
It's just you get to a private section. Noctum joins you. Twitch is still working on its computer system. Sage, you're with the rest of the group. Now, he's just like, all right, so what the fuck, guys and gal? This is...
So what the fuck, babe, is that we've been working on the case that you sent us on.
But you're leaving a trail. It's just there's a news report of you leaving the scene of a murder. Is that true? Please tell me that's not true.
No one was murdered.
So he whips out his phone, and you
I
can
know.
see some YouTube. He's like, it's on fucking YouTube. M, look. Is it, you mean to tell me that's not you? And you can see this little black dot from this grainy cell phone cam that was zoomed all the way in, and it follows down. It goes off the screen, but again, the camera, whoever's the operator of the camera is like, oh shit, what the hell was that? And then they go to it with the light, and then you can see the upper half of the person that you blasted into. It's like, oh shit, oh, you know, in true World Star fashion, people are just like freaking out, but they can see this thing. So that wasn't you. Then he backs it up with you turning into light and vanishing in the blink. He's like, that wasn't you? You're telling me that there's somebody else that can do this?
I didn't say that. I said no one was murdered. Whatever I was attacked by was unalive. It was not alive.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Zombie.
Let's not use simple words like that, but whatever that thing was, it wasn't. It was. We'll use the word reanimated corpse. So it wasn't alive when I fought it. Already.
Zombie?
I didn't murder it.
He said, whoa. Back up. And with knocked him in the room in his shadow form, he's just a little bit on edge. He's just like, do you have to be this way, or can you, like?
Unfortunately, right now, yeah, he must stay that way. For everyone's sake.
So he's just like, all right, just don't be offended if I don't look at you. I'm trying to understand this. He said, I called you in on a kidnapping case, something that for this group is all of you guys should have been done by now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting you to Superman this and find the kids in an instant and bring them to me. But, you know, so far I just got reanimated corpses and you flying away from the scene of a crime. And when the cops got into that apartment, it was a bloody mess. He says it was like a massacre. It was like
Well.
And you're telling me that this is some reanimated corpse that you fought and then ran away and then flew away from, and you didn't even say anything to anybody? I have to see this on YouTube?
Well, if I may.
No, you may not. I am talking to Emerald here.
I was talking to Emerald also.
Wait, what?
I said, oh no, please continue on your conversation about zombies.
Well, first of all, again, we're not. That's not what we're gonna call.
Yeah, I can barely hear you, dude.
I said we're not gonna call them zombies. They're definitely reanimated individuals that seem to be affected by some type of drug. Like the individual that we kept finding out information. Let me start from the top, right?
I thought you were, but apparently I was wrong. So
no, because you're starting with this YouTube video. The situation is significantly complicated. It looks like the Shadow Scale Syndicate may have their hooks in several high-profile companies and individuals. The city needs to be ready for what may be an imminent terrorist attack, both in the physical and cyber domain. So there's more than just what I'm telling you and what people are seeing. We located one individual, and what we've seen, the kidnapped individuals may possibly be infected with a highly dangerous mutating viral agent.
And
We if I'm correct, Noctum helped find Shepard, and
So you have him.
well, we knocked him, I believe, returned him to the people that had him held captive. Is that correct, Noctum? Am I correct about that?
So well, why the fuck did you do that before even telling us? This is the whole point of this exchange. We could have set up a trap or something. Look, this is more your realm, but it seems to me that seemed to be the most logical way to do this. You had nothing to go by. You had the guy to get the kids. That was the goal. This was supposed to be an easy win for you guys.
It's not that simple. One of the individuals that we found was literally attacking innocent civilians, and then damn near was killing people. So we had to try to contain it the best way we can. And then there was some other internal strife that we were finding out about that, ended up making this case even more complicated. The unfortunately one of my agents had a episode, which is why that situation happened with the police showing up. But we had that contained, and I've already contained the individual as far as making sure that if it's something like that should happen again, that we're able to maintain that situation again. But we've done everything possible to find all the assailants, all the kidnappees, see what we could find out about Shepard, and clearly there's something else that's happening that's making the case is bigger than what you're told. The person that, if I'm correct, that was a quote unquote considered murdered but wasn't murdered was an individual that had been missing for weeks.
A year.
A year is 3 weeks ago. No, it's 3 weeks. Mark Anderson. You found out that gentleman's name was Mark Anderson, and he was missing for 3 weeks. He was an investment banker. He wasn't, he basically tried to kill me, and he was attacking me. And when I blasted him, I didn't blast him. I blasted him to knock him off me. Whatever, the situation was. When the situation was so weird that I guess people thought he was killed. I didn't kill him. He was already dead. But we have information. We have individuals that are being affected, and we're trying to find the rest of the kidnappees, and the people who kidnapped them, so we can prevent more of this from happening. Because if anything, if this viral agent goes live, that could be the whole city, you included. Noctum, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Do you have anything that I'm basically confirming with you everything that I've said?
Which I've missed because last thing I heard something about
I was saying
heading
that
on.
you returned Shepard to where he was supposed to be with the people that were holding him. That was correct, right?
No, I handed him off to the military. People who were transporting him. That's the last I knew of it.
Right.
I haven't checked back since.
No, but the fact was that we had found him, and you had returned him to the people that were detaining him. That's what I was saying.
Affirmative.
Right. And then I was letting David know that we were finding out that we found one of the individuals, and when the individual was found, she was infected by some viral agent, and that whatever that viral agent is could possibly affect the entire city in the same way.
Yep, that's very much correct. Yes.
So
I'm not gonna butt in on anything here because this stuff is definitely your area.
Check your Discord, Noctum.
Okay, give me a second.
so um so we are and have been doing everything within our power to um find find the kidnapped victims. Um, we have uh, we have come very close, and we still have some leads, but we did find one of them in I believe Crimson Sage. Weren't you there when we found uh, the first uh, kidnapping? Was it Lily Chen?
Yes.
Can you let Deputy Mayor David Kerrigan know what you and Artemis had encountered before I showed up on scene afterwards?
With all due respect, sir, the intel you gave us wasn't even the beginning of what this is about. There are a lot of things going on in tandem. Unfortunately, we can, through our research, we were able to find some connection with a couple of companies. And when we went to investigate covertly, we infiltrated the building, one of the properties. In that said property, we ended up finding the girl. At the time, we did not know she was compromised with a viral agent. However, the individuals that we did encounter that were watching over her appeared to be well-trained militia, like some type of what's it called, Blackthorn military, independent military group, something to that level.
Z.
Huh?
You mean Z?
Mm-hmm. Something to that level of training and tactics.
So there's a military group involved now, like mercenaries.
That's what I'm
These
getting
are parts of the agents of the Shadow Scale Syndicate.
There's more to it, though, if you bear with me.
Please.
So in that encounter, we were able to secure the target.
So you have one. You have. So you have one of the kids. Great. That's great. That's a win. Where are they?
Sir,
Which one do you have?
Sir, if you let me finish. Thank you.
Is he always this rude? Just looking at Emerald.
It's that you don't understand that right now the shithole that you put everyone in.
That I put everyone in.
Well, with all this,
It's a kidnapping case that I figured that your group would probably be
and then you'll understand.
more than capable of handling, but apparently I was wrong.
I apologize. Let me finish explaining what's going on, and then you can understand my outburst. And I do apologize for that. So we secure the target. In that encounter, we were able to. We had no choice but to use deadly force against one of the assailants, and one of them got away. At which point, security was alerted, and Artemis and I had to leave with the secured child in tow. At which point, the target was being looked at to make sure that she was okay. Of which what ensued next was her transforming. Into what? We
Wait,
don't
wait,
know.
wait. What do you mean by transforming? This is like a zombie,
getting-
like what
I'm
Emerald
getting to
was
that.
fighting?
Deputy Mayor,
I'm getting to that.
I
Now-
can show you footage, but it's going to be disturbing.
Also, said target, the reason you're so disturbed by Noctum's presence is because Noctum has to stay that way to secure the target from killing everybody in here.
Wait.
Which she could very easily do.
She.
Yes,
so,
the child.
So
that we
Lily
recovered.
Chen, little Lily Chen, ballerina, is a murderer now. She transforms into some. What does she transform into?
Noctum, I think we have no choice but to show him the footage so he can really understand what we're dealing with. He thinks
Alright.
this is something very simple, but it really is not. We all know this.
Deputy Mayor, what you're about to see is definitely gruesome. I would suggest you sit near the garbage pail or pull it close to you.
Oh shit! I don't.
And
Now I don't even know that I want to see this.
Oh no, you need to see it so you can comprehend what we're dealing with.
I think you should.
So I bring the video up so that they can see it in the room of Lily Chen attacking the nurse and the doctor. Of her transformation, just the whole scenario.
Just like- Jesus Christ! What am I even looking at? How?
That's what we've yet to determine. We've called in the CDC in order to help us assist us with determining what type of viral agent this is. As a matter of, as we know it now, it's undetermined, but obviously very dangerous. If it is a viral agent, we don't know how fast it can infect others. So for everyone's safety, that is the reason why Noctum has her housed right now.
And
We believe
and
it's-
by
we
housed,
believe
you
it's
mean?
connected.
Or what do you mean how? Like she's in a jail
She's
cell or something?
contained. She's contained at the moment.
We believe the viral agent is connected to a drug called Solomon Grundy.
What the hell is that?
It's a new drug that's out there.
A new synthetic drug, and it's aerialized, and it causes people to become a grayish color. So
So
again,
there's a drug that causes people
Deputy
to
Mayor,
turn into that? That's
Deputy
like
Mayor, we are not sure. This is all new information.
yes.
There is a drug out there. It is used to coerce people, control them, get them to do whatever it is that is desired. This, on the other hand, what happened to Lily Chen is something else entirely. It may be related to that drug. It might be something else entirely. It might be what the Shadow Scale Syndicate threatened to unleash. And if they did it to her, the possibility exists that they will do it to the others.
There's a very high possibility that may already have happened. Also, the reason I brought up the fact that the military trained individuals that we fought to recoup the target is because when we dug into one of the identities of the person who fell, who we took out, it turns out, like Emerald said, this was just a banker, no military experience at all, that had disappeared about 3 weeks ago. And he was operating like a trained military tactician. And I'm not talking about simple infantry. I'm talking about highly trained, like SWAT, like Rangers. Like,
So that
Ray.
thing that happened downtown, that was all them,
Yes.
but they disappeared. Like in a. Wait, was that you guys?
Now you're starting to understand, which is why we
No, no, no,
not
no,
doing
no.
the
Hold on,
decision.
hold on. I need an answer here.
Deputy Mayor, we had to intervene. The Shadow Scale Syndicate knew the location of the transport, and they attacked it. They attacked the helicopter. They attacked the convoy that was on the way to the helicopter. I snatched up the convoy.
You snatched up the convoy. You can do that. And by convoy, you mean multiple vehicles.
No, just one, Deputy Mayor. Just the one vehicle.
Well, one
that
vehicle
Shepard
doesn't
was
make a
in.
convoy. This is what I'm trying to understand. What do you mean by that? Like, so.
The convoy was attacked,
Uh-huh.
mostly destroyed. I got the vehicle that had Shepard in it out of there, along with the soldiers that were in the vehicle with him,
Uh-huh.
and returned that entire vehicle, the soldiers inside, and Shepard back to the military commander that ordered the mission in the first place.
Okay, so they still so they have him then? And so
As of last communication with the military, yes.
all right. So
I haven't checked in since.
what about all the other?
have been-
What about the other attackers? The you said there were multiple attackers. Where did they go? Did they just disappear? Can they fly or something like that, or like or vanish like magic or something like that?
Apparently, they're so committed to their cause they killed each other.
What?
I'm sorry. That's out of character.
What do you mean they killed each other? If they killed each other, where are they? There was no bodies recovered at the scene, just injured civilians.
Yo. Steve is stupid.
Apparently, they have their ways as well. They tried to.
So there metahumans on their side too. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Metahumans, advanced technology, yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that brings us to the breach, the electronic breach that it appears to have propagated itself within our systems and possibly the FBI systems as well. So you might want to have your tech team also run a few diagnostics with regards to your systems as well.
Yeah, we've been attacked on multiple fronts. This is not a simple, this has not been a simple in and out mission.
Oh, and did I mention the fact that they're highly coordinated? That whole stunt with the train was a distraction. That's the level they're willing to go.
All for one person
This
from
is
an organization that I've never even heard of.
This is listen, the type of organization that we're dealing with is deeply rooted in everything.
They've been around for some time.
We're not just dealing with them, we're dealing with the families that back them.
Okay, so and by families that back them, you mean the ones that you just listed, some of the most powerful and influential families in this country. They're somehow in some secret cabal. Is this one of these deep state conspiracies that I'm hearing right now?
We can only confirm one because of our intelligence. And I tell them the gentleman's name, the one that we talked to, the one whose house we went to. Again.
Whose house did you go to?
The hell's his name?
That was the Starkwells.
You went to Richard and Victoria Starkwell's home.
Yes. To get intel, to get information about the kidnapping.
Uh-huh.
Remember, it was supposed to be a simple mission. So when we went there, it didn't go well because they were highly upset, or at least they seemed to be highly upset. And one of our assets was able to get intel on the father, of which that's what led us to get to the building that happened, an incident that happened downtown. So We can confirm, because of the intelligence we received, of one said family, which is the Starcourt. As to the others,
Do you have direct proof that the Starkwells have anything to do with the kidnapping of their own child? That doesn't
except for
make any
the-
sense.
except for the eyewitness account of one agent and of a telephone call? No, we
Yeah,
do not.
Deputy.
What do you
Deputy
mean?
Mayor,
What do you
we
mean
have no-
eyewitness accounts? Who's the eyewitness? This is just
Deputy Mayor. Deputy Mayor, you are dealing with metahuman issues, and a lot of how we obtain information is not considered admissible in court.
fuck my life.
It's not that we did anything illegal.
We
The
didn't do
problem
anything wrong.
is that
If you did, if you did, I certainly don't want that known.
No. I can assure you we have done nothing to breach the authorities. However,
So
the
this,
tactic, certain abilities allow us to be able to get information that normally we would not be able to obtain through the authorities.
so you
but we
mean
cannot-
like
we cannot
cyber
act on
hacking and stuff like that?
No, not cyber hacking. We're not talking about technology right now. We're talking, like Noctum said, metahuman abilities.
So you guys are stalking them then?
No, one of the individuals used his ability in order to be able to peruse the apartment for any clues or any information that would help us gather intel in order to be able to find the kids.
So you're spying on them? Is that what you're saying?
In that process, he overheard a conversation from the syndicate to the father on the phone call, although it was one-sided, because all he could hear is from the father's side. Now, obviously, we cannot put that into effect or get a warrant because there's no proof except for the eyewitness account. Do you understand now? Now, that led us to a key piece of information that led us to get to the target, the little girl. However, she's already been compromised. Due to that, we surmise that there's a high chance that the other three are also compromised.
Absolutely.
Out of character clarification, she's not a little girl. None of them are kids. They're
They're
all
adults.
Well, they're all
Yes.
adults. Okay,
They're
but
technically
they're
young
young-
adults. Blah blah.
They're
blah.
young
Yeah,
adults. Right?
we're
They're
all
young
old,
kids, or
so
whatever.
everybody's a kid at this point.
What I'm saying is that
Exactly.
no, okay, but I get your point, Noctum, and that's good clarification. The young lady that we were able to ascertain has been compromised. We
Is she
were
being
suing-
treated? Is she okay? Well, I mean,
she is contained.
I've heard that
That's
a
what's
number
best.
of times, but no one is exactly telling me how. Is she in a cage? Is she in a bubble? Is she underground? Is
She's
she
in another dimension.
What the fuck does that even mean?
That's all you need to know.
David, I think that if you don't want
So
to
is
have
he looks at you, Emerald. He's like, is he fucking serious right now? That's all I need to know?
David,
What?
you're
All right. So Lou, the video also includes when I went in the room and.
All right, so I'm gonna stop you right there. Let Emerald started his thing first, so you'll chime in after.
when we transforms her body into pure photonic energy. You really want to question what the rest of my people can do and what we can't. What's impossible?
And he's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I say, Noctum, please show Deputy Mayor Kerrigan what's transpired.
I continue the video so he can see when I entered the room, when along with what's her name again? James' character. Can't remember her name right now.
Artemis.
So Artemis. When Artemis and I entered the room to intervene, and when basically the transformed Lily Chen just disappeared into what is arguably my body.
So he's like, what the fuck? And immediately takes like 2 steps back away from you.
I'm not in the room. I'm in. I remember. I'm communicating via video.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's like, what
Yeah,
the fuck was that? So you're in some sort of alien? Is that is am I talking to an alien right now?
No, Deputy Mayor. You are talking to a human being using highly advanced technology. Tapping into the very fabric of the universe itself.
Sure. Why not?
I tried to warn you.
I need to
Deputy.
understand what do you what can we what so what now? I mean, you got one, and apparently is she alive? Is she dead? What?
She's alive, or whatever it passes for being alive.
What? What does that even mean? She's alive, or what passes for life? So she's one of those zombie things? She clearly is not normal. I mean,
exactly,
it's
Deputy
like
Mayor.
I met her. I went to the she's a ballerina. I've gone to see one of her shows. Her family was. These are good people, as far as I can tell. Now you're telling me that there's some part of some cabal, some syndicate. Okay, so even if I give you this, if I just suspend all my disbelief in all of this, what have you guys done? I mean, according to my memory, we only have hours before this supposed deadline is up, and we had no shepherd because you turned him over to the army, and we don't know where they're taking him, and you have one person, but the other three are still out there, and you're saying that whatever they did to her, they could have potentially done to them. So what does that even mean for them and for everyone else? What's the plan here? I thought you guys were good at this.
No, we're new to this.
Deputy Mayor, we have just encountered something
you can
everybody's head.
I can tell you that as you're talking, you can see that whole "we're new to this" just immediately click off in his head. He's like that whole that sudden realization that it's his ass on the line now, and he fucked up by even involving you.
Deputy Mayor, this is a situation that is above everyone's heads, even the United States government.
Absolutely.
That's how bad it is.
So then, can't we just? Then we're just gonna have to get the GSTF involved, right? Right? I mean, they're the government super friends.
The GSTF is involved.
Wait.
Have I not introduced you to Crimson Sage?
Him? You? You're with them?
He's our direct liaison, which is us to show that we were working alongside him.
It's like we're fucking doomed.
I'm not gonna go that far, but
Wait, I mean, he didn't yell that out, but he's just like, we're doomed. Oh my god.
Working this case since we got it as diligently and as quickly as possible. But did you think this was going to be something that would go without incident? This is bigger than you thought it would be. It was going to be. We ourselves even thought it was just going to be us finding out where these people were held, finding out who Shepard was, and making sure that he was just detained. But it's.
If I may, would you prefer tea, coffee, or a hot shot?
What time is it in the morning right now?
Boy, give him a line of my cocaine.
No, that'd be good.
I look over at Twitch. I look over at you and I nod my head no.
As soon as you pull out the little baggie, he's just like, no, oh, okay. What the?
So,
He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I don't
a
need
shot
it.
of whiskey and put it in front of him. Have him sit down. Take a moment. We all kind of stay quiet so he can kind of process it. Anybody else that wants to take a shot, go right ahead. I'm gonna take one until he breathes again or speaks again.
It's rolling it in his hands. It's like, okay. Since you're what I have, and you're what we got, and apparently the GSTF already knows what's going on, what are you doing about the other 3 kids?
We've been diligently searching.
And what have you, if anything, have you all found out?
What was out of character? What was the last thing? Didn't we have like some kind of potential location for them?
The requisite parties that were doing the searches have been given specific bits of information, but that's not up to me to determine when they bring that to the group.
Okay. I just remember the first. I just remember in the first session, the first couple of sessions, we had some.
Yeah, that was the first apartment building.
Right, we had some hypothesis.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you had wild hypothesis.
Yeah, see. So,
So I mean, the question then becomes, what do you act on?
right. So
Then that's not up to me to tell you.
So
And the reason I'm not answering is because as a military man, I'm going to be overly blunt, and this will not help the food.
Fortune teller. You finished de-lousing and returned to the group. So if you're
Dressed in all black
yeah.
suit with a very classy look,
Mhm.
and my glasses covering my eyes because my eyes are like red and stuff like that. So
Okay, so it's like, and the deputy mayor, he looks up from his seat. It's like, who's this guy?
That is fortune teller.
that is our seer.
Wait, are you serious? Like crystal balls and Ouija boards?
I spin some light in my hand. Remember, you're not dealing with the normal.
Oh my God, how many times are you going to tell me that? I get it.
Okay.
hey, Lou,
I can stop acting like you're surprised about anything that we're saying.
Lou, I'm gonna put out my hand to shake it, and I'm gonna say, "Good evening, Deputy. My name is Magnus Olafson."
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm going to drink you dry now.
Like this motherfucker, a vampire? Is he a fan?
That's so funny. Can't remember his name. It's what was his last name? I forgot. Hold on. Jeez. He's like, yeah. What was David's last name? I can't remember.
Kerrigan.
All right. So he gives you his name. He's like, David Kerrigan. What the fuck? It's like, this guy's ice cold. What? Yeah, good to meet you. Then he takes the whiskey, throws it back. He's like, okay. What are we doing, fellas?
Well, if you're here to be part of the group to help us.
Oh, I'm not here. I just need to know what kind of shitstorm I'm going to get.
Then why don't we do this? You go home, and if when the world comes to an end, you can just blame us.
At that point, I look towards M like, what?
Excuse me?
I'm like,
It's like, what? How did you
Yeah,
go from...
I'm gonna look at him kind of foolish
He's
too. Like,
what the fuck are you... He's like, how did you go... How do we go from kidnapped kids to, I don't know, to the end of the world? What the hell is you talking about? There's a big gap in there. I mean, can you fill me in at least?
just quick question, Deputy Mayor. Now that you're kind of settling in on what's going on,
Oh, I am far from settling in.
I mean, where you're suspending disbelief to the point where you're willing to listen.
Do I have a
and
fucking choice?
understand to your capacity what's going on.
What the fuck?
Now I get it. You're not used to dealing with this type of level of incursion
crazy?
and chaos.
Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, crazy is all the time anyway. You know, we do tactical.
Please,
stuff
please don't use that line from her. I've heard enough of that.
No. What I'm saying is, even from the normal aspect of this, meaning the cops, the SWAT, FBI, CIA, we're always controlling crazy. This is just a different layer, different skin to the same level of crazy that happens anyway. What I'm getting at is this. Saying that to say this. I know you put your neck on the line for this group to give us an easy win because you want this to work out.
I wanted it to work out.
Okay.
I don't know so much
Well,
now.
I'm pretty sure you still do, because if you didn't want it to work out, you wouldn't be here. That you're not here anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, that to say this. Like you said, we're running out of time. Did your team of experts and law enforcement provide us with every bit of information that you had?
I'm not
Because- Because
please.
I'll say this much: if you didn't, there may be missing gaps that's to our detriment right now, being that the time is so short. So all I was going on is what Emerald received from you. From that point forward is where we're at now. However, if there's anything else you can provide, even at this later stage, it may be able to turn things around so it doesn't happen to be such a shit show. And it can be contained and controlled.
One, I don't coordinate logistics with the NYPD. Two, this is well out of my wheelhouse. Three, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And four, none of this, and I mean none of what you just said, inspires any confidence in the capabilities of this group. No offense, but I gotta be honest. I am seriously regretting getting you guys involved. I'm at a loss here. Everyone here and on screen. This is supposed to be your thing, right? Even if it's super beings or super villains or whatever the hell you guys want to call them or term them or whatever pejorative you want to use, that's supposed to be what you're good at. You're asking me for information that I don't have, that I don't even know is going to even help at this point, because you guys are so far beyond the initial stages of this. It was a kidnapping. hostage exchange. That's what they wanted. They didn't want any money. They didn't want any. It wasn't for a political statement that we could tell. It was just give us our guy. We'll give you your four kids, rich and powerful people. It's the only reason why anyone even gives a shit about this case.
Deputy Mayor,
They
they
do.
were never planning to give the kids back.
I'm starting to get that sense. Yeah.
Or to correctly put it, they were willing to give him back, but infected.
That one's pretty obvious too now.
So
Now then, do you even have any leads on the other three?
We know that they're in fortune teller. Could you describe what you saw?
Oh, that's right.
The deputy mayor, please.
If you're speaking, you're muted.
No. So I go through detail through that object read of one of the items that were in the room of that a young man that we went to his house and explained to him. I have a way of when I touch something personal, an object of somebody that's personal, I could be able to get glimpses, images. That'll
He looks at his hand. He's like, and then looks at you like, really?
not like that. Not like that.
Just like,
It will be an object, like say your keys, or like your cell phone. And it was a simple thing that was like in the room that I touched, and I got these images, and what I got was a taste of like dirt, but close to the water. It had a taste of like sea salt, mixed in with the dirt, and that was.
Am I supposed to know what that means?
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break character. He said, okay, so then
I am explaining of what did I see.
Okay, and you guys weren't able to piece anything out of that? I mean, this is your thing, man.
And as you already know that they explained to you, I was able to listen into a conversation that led us to the young girl.
Oh, so you were the one that listened in on the conversation. They didn't really get into too many specifics on who did what. So what exactly did you hear?
So I go to the explanation of what I heard.
Okay, so it stands to reason that maybe he's being blackmailed. I'm playing devil's advocate here, guys. I don't know what else to say. I came here looking for answers. I'm walking away with a million more questions.
We're trying to answer every single question that we come across ourselves to reach those answers.
I know that it's four children that has been kidnapped.
Well,
but this is
3 now.
A normal kidnapping.
You can say that again. Okay. I mean, we've already covered. I mean, you're a little late to the meeting, but I think we've already covered that. And then the question then becomes, what can we do? I mean, you're the fortune teller. Can you look into the future or something? I mean, is that something you can do?
Okay. No, I cannot look into.
You are trash. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
I'm not that kind of angel.
No, is it okay? So then, so what do you like? Tarot cards? I'm not trying to insult you, but a fortune teller in my mind, Number one, you don't even look.
I've already tried. I tried to see if I could get a glimpse into the future, but it comes up foggy. Now,
No,
I do
apparently
have
the end of the
one-
world. So maybe that's what you're seeing. Mm-hmm.
I do have one favor to ask, if it's possible.
Okay.
The scene where one of the children was taken.
Uh-huh.
If I could be able to go there and maybe find something of theirs there, I could maybe get a glimpse of maybe where they're at.
What?
That's
What? Okay. So, are you asking me?
I do not have permission to walk onto a crime scene.
Well, I'm sure they've already cleaned up the area, if that's what you're asking me. And by cleaned up, I mean, if they've collected all the evidence, they couldn't really hold that area for long. It's been what, almost.
Now, Lou, out of question, it hasn't really been that long that they've been kidnapped.
It's probably been about what, 8 to 10 hours.
Only if I could.
No, as a matter of fact, longer. Bute, it was longer, because you guys got the ransom note 12 hours after. You were alerted 12 hours after the initial kidnapping because they didn't think it was real.
This is like 24 hours, right?
Yeah, it's been about 24 hours.
We're given half that time to do everything.
Correct. I said Bute.
That's all they say. Oh, the GM speaking Spanish now.
Let's get back into the immersion here. Now, all right. I mean, you don't need my permission to walk a public street, if that's what you're asking.
Weren't they kidnapped in some type of?
Each one was told, okay, I have the information for that.
They were not kidnapped right on the public road, were they?
Location abducted from his prestigious private secondary school. That was Lucas Starkwell or Lucas Morrison.
Lucas Morrison, who's the adopted son of the Stark.
Adopted son, right? So he was abducted at from his prestigious private secondary school, Gotham Academy, at 3:45 p.m.
How far away is that from here?
On foot, maybe 20 minutes. By car, 3 minutes with no traffic. Flying, no time soon.
Nighttime. Right.
That's the first place I would like to go.
Okay. Then Ava Clark. Ava is the daughter of Samuel and Victoria Clark, influential figures in Gotham's financial sector. Samuel is the hedge fund manager. Location abducted from her family's penthouse in the upscale neighborhood of Park Slope, Brooklyn, at 6:30 p.m. We're in Manhattan.
Yeah, that one's a little bit further.
Yeah, that's a little further for most people, but not me. Ethan Grayson, son of Jonathan and Olivia Grayson, owners of Sentinel Industries. Location abducted from his parents' high-tech mansion in Central Park, West Manhattan, 4:15 p.m. And then Lily Chen, who we know, location abducted from her ballet academy in downtown Gotham at 2 o'clock p.m. And if I'm correct, Lily was the only one. If I'm correct, I think Lily was the only one where they didn't have an image of her getting captured. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Lily was the only one who didn't have any video evidence. Everyone else had video evidence.
Will someone join me while I go over and take a look?
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
I tapped knocked them. I'm listening to the conversation.
No, you can't hear it. No, you can't hear it. No, because it's coming through my implant.
Alright, never mind.
No, I don't understand what you mean.
Me and him are in the computer room.
Yes.
So I'm not in the room and I don't hear that. I can't hear the conversation because he's using an implant.
Well, I mean, I'd only assume that every member of the team was a part of the conversation. But yeah, you specifically know.
Yeah. I'm working on whatever I'm supposed to get soon.
Well, I already gave you something. Did you check your Discord?
Yeah, I looked at it and I responded. Well, you did? Hold on. Yeah, I responded though.
Okay,
Waiting
I'm
for a
sorry.
response.
Let me go back to that. So many other screens.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay.
All right, guys. Good. Keep cutting your throats. I'll be back.
God damn.
Damn.
I just needed all y'all to know that I was like totally cringing in my chair in my hotel room. Absolutely, just yeah.
Just trying to shrink inside yourself. Okay. I'm sorry. You guys can keep going. Oh,
Yeah, I'm actually sending a message to, in character, sending a message to Sage. The information you just sent me.
Okay.
Yeah, keep talking. It's okay.
No, the conversation is primarily the two in the room, and I am supporting because I'm not the talky one. Literally, my character is not talkative.
So, am I going alone, or is anybody gonna come with me?
Why don't you take Crimson Sage with you? Crimson Sage has tracking abilities. He has superior tracking abilities. Take one of the cars.
So I'm gonna head over there, Lou, since it's only 3 minutes away.
Okay. The
Deputy Mayor,
so
have a good day.
Other character, Sage, check your Discord.
Like, sure. Good luck. Fuck. All right. So at least somebody's taking some action here. What is? Oh, he's like holding his stomach. It's like
I'll go with.
It's just indigestion. It's like, oh fuck. All right. I need to. I don't know what I need to do, but at some point this is going to come up. At some point, listen, the mayor understands that these children were kidnapped, and the feds are on the case, and she's trying to get as much information about this convoy that was blown up and is now somewhere else, where a bunch of people that killed themselves and all this other shit, but no bodies, just a burned out military vehicle, a bunch of dead soldiers, and that's about it. And we're not getting anything from the feds on this or the army, and she's literally tearing people to shreds at this point. And I'm trying to stay out of the crosshairs while providing this group the cover that you need in order to continue to figure out what you can figure out. You're telling me you have one of them, but she's so dangerous, based on what I saw, fucking dangerous, but she's in another dimension and can't hurt anybody. Then we have some end of the world type shit where there's a virus that could change people into those things that little girl, a ballerina, 18-year-old ballerina who murdered 2 people while strapped to a table. anyone else can be turned into that, and then there's bankers becoming mercenaries, and then there's. Am I missing anything here?
Lou, what I'm going to do is I'm going to excuse myself for a sec, right? Having received Noctum's message, I tell fortune teller, I'm going with you. Give me a few moments, all right? Just stand fast real quick. I'll be right with you in just a few minutes. I make my way over to the lab where Noctum is at, and I have the techie, the analyst, bring up the information that we had compiled with regards to the warehouse that we thought at first that the kids might be at, and see what the name of that location is, based off of what Noctum just sent me.
Well, what did he send you?
Something about the hidden message talk about seek the wolf in the shadow of the old warehouse where the river whispers secrets.
Okay.
And the warehouse that we found was in such a proximity. So now I'm going to have them bring up that information to see if by some mean there's like some Shadow Creek or Wolf Industries or something to that effect.
Okay.
All right, so Lou, I will take a moment to back twitch on looking at this new piece of the puzzle.
Alrighty. Oh, you know what?
This dark web is this dark web. And let me see, what was the other thing?
I poked myself in the eye with my microchip.
Yeah, because you rolled 100. I'm sorry. That's the D&D equivalent of rolling a 1. Holy shit balls. Dude.
It's gonna take a little while.
I shouldn't have done that. We need to do something different. I'm sorry. You guys can't see it. It was on the stream. Oh my lord. That is the hilarious. That's hilarity on a whole nother level. All right, so there it is. It's back up now. Everybody can see the rolls. I didn't even notice it was gone because we were into the dialogue. Okay. Get rid of that and minimize that. Alrighty then. So Twitch is hitting a dead end. Noctum, you can give it a go with that same penalty.
All right. So I'd be doing this off the basis of I don't have cryptography, so it'd be on the basis of what? Which skill you want me to use here, Lou?
What relevant skills would be nearest to cryptography? Would be hacking, no?
Yep.
Okay.
Hacking.
So with the
probably be my best bet.
All right,
hacking or programming.
With the hacking, it would increase the penalty to 40.
Okay. All right.
Actually, another 10%, so 35.
Okay.
I want to use my hero point.
You can actually.
I forgot you give those.
Yeah, I want to use mine.
And no, I did not make it because my percentage is 94. And you said minus 35, right?
Yep, that would have been a 50. What? No.
Yeah, I can't do head math.
Head math. I think you got it.
It's a minus 25.
No, minus 35.
35. So that'd make it
59.
87. And you said you got 94. So you got it.
Lou, you said the hacking roll, right?
Yeah.
You just wrote it down. It says minus 25 penalty.
No,
Am I
because
wrong?
he's using it would be cryptography. But with
Okay.
the hacking, it would be it would increase the penalty.
All right, so yeah, I made it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
made it by a few points.
One moment.
No, you don't do. No, no, you don't do. I'm pulling out the microchip out of my eyeball.
This thing is useless.
The one freaking
right.
roll I get to make today, and I freaking roll 100. What the fuck?
I'll be right back. I'm just getting some juice.
I call hacks.
Yeah, I should turn the voice changer off when I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So I will post this for both of you since. Wait. You succeeded, yes?
No, don't worry about me. I didn't. That's nothing. I hit
Yeah.
a button by accident.
Okay.
Just ignore that. I
So
can't
knock
delete
them.
it.
That's what comes up.
Where'd you send it to?
I sent it to. I'll just read it.
Discord.
You managed to trace the IP address to of a dark web user who posted the message. You find a hidden log file. Hold on.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You find a hidden log file on the hacker's server with references to an Onyx warehouse and something called Silent Water.
Onyx Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
What are the name of these corporations again? That
Hold on. I wrote that down.
Own?
I'm just looking at it. Wait, it's right here. It's Eclipse Security Systems and Night Sky Holdings. Eclipse Shield Security Solutions and Night Sky Holdings. Those are the two companies that we're investigating.
All right, Lou. I'm gonna take the first. I'm gonna take the obvious approach. Onyx Warehouse,
Mm-hmm.
and go through a few permutations. Onyx Warehouse. What would the other thing be? Yeah, I'm gonna just start with that first.
Okay.
Onyx Warehouse, NYC. See if anything comes up.
Oh, so it's just a basic web search.
Yeah, just the basic web search
Okay.
first.
I will roll an investigation, just for shits and giggles.
Okay. Alright. First, I'm checking to see if I have a damn skill among the shit ton of skills I do have. Investigation? No. Research? Yes.
Okay, so it wouldn't necessarily be research, but actually it would. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah, pardon me. I actually haven't opened the character sheet because I hate it. Have I mentioned it before?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay, give me a second. I'm actually going to do it from the character sheet.
So what were you searching? You were just searching the name Onyx?
Yeah, yep. Just searching the name Onyx Warehouse first. Onyx Warehouse NYC. Made it for sure.
Okay. So you come up with at least 4 references to Onyx. One has Onyx Warehouse. It says Onyx Warehouse Solutions. It's a logistics and storage company with distribution services. Onyx Event Center. It's catering for weddings and parties. Onyx Self Storage, it's a self storage company, and Onyx Nightclub.
All right. So I check out their locations and see if any of them are near a body of water, river, ocean, seaport type deal. And I'm also checking to see if they are in any way tied to any of the other companies that are run by the folks whose kids have been kidnapped.
Okay. So Onyx Event Center and Nightclub are out. They are not near bodies of water, or they're in the event center is in Park Slope, Brooklyn. Onyx Nightclub is downtown Manhattan. Onyx Self Storage is in Long Island City, but Onyx Warehouse Solutions and Onyx Self Storage is in Long Island City, but it is near the East River. Say about quarter of a mile. Quarter of a mile from the East River. And Onyx Warehouse Solution is located in Sheepshead Bay.
So Onyx Self Storage is in Long Island City. And what's the other one again?
Onyx Warehouse Solutions. That's a shipping company. So it's a logistics and storage company that provides warehouse and distribution services. So trucking, shipping.
Okay.
And they're in Sheepshead Bay.
Okay. Sheepshead Bay.
Onyx Self Storage, Long Island City. They provide self storage for personal and business uses, but they have they serve an upscale clientele. Meaning, just looking at their price list and the way they store with security protocols in place, they're way out of the range of the average Joe.
Okay, now that is interesting. It is time to dig a little bit deeper into Onyx Self Storage, and I pass on Onyx Warehouse Solutions to Twitch.
Okay.
To take a look into.
I'll run with that.
I'm digging in on Onyx Self Storage to see if I can access their records, because now I'm curious. High end, near the water, okay. Means only people with money can afford it. I want to see who their clientele list is, and I want to focus specifically on the people in question.
Okay. And Emerald, before I move on to Fortune Teller and Crimson Sage, what, if anything, are you doing? David's just like, all right, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to go back home and prepare for an eventual shitstorm based on what you're saying to me. Now, if you're telling me differently, you know how to reach me. I need to be able to give some answers to my boss, who pretty much has the future of your organization in her hand. Because I've been keeping her at bay. Like I said, I've been keeping her at bay, but this isn't going to last long. You do understand that. I hope you understand that. And what the implications of what that means.
I fully understand that. We are my organization, my team is doing anything and everything that they humanly can to procure the victims that were kidnapped, as well as find out how to prevent this catastrophe. Believe me when I say that we've been diligently working this case since you gave it to us.
So that sounds great, but this is the first I'm hearing of any of this. So, maybe a little heads up.
We were given less than 24 hours to handle this. This is,
And he has one of those old belt holsters, and he pulls out his and this is a telephone.
Right.
I mean, I don't understand.
Right.
He's like,
so I can
You dial it.
I can
you
hear
call.
this conversation.
You just,
I can hear this conversation.
anything. I say I don't
and
necessarily need to know, like all the
You will
nuts
be the
and bolts,
first-
but say, hey, we're working on it. We're getting close. Or can we meet? I need to update you. Something. Or here's the thing. I fought someone in a residential building, did a bunch of damage, and flew away.
Bless your heart, Dave. We will be in touch.
Yeah, I'm sure. Were you going to interject, Noctum?
yes, I'm sending a message to Emerald
Oh, okay.
that we've just picked up a couple of new leads, and we're tracking them down now. And also, in the conversation that's happening, I will simply say, Deputy Mayor, we're following up on every lead that we come across.
He's like, Jesus
The
Christ.
situation-
He's back on the screen. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're following up on every lead that we come across. As soon as I know something that is concrete, as soon as we know something that is concrete, your office, or more specifically you first, will be notified. We're not going to give you the wild goose chase things we're coming across. Only the concrete things.
That would be really appreciated. And he's just like, am I talking to his face? Or,
Yes.
okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Just the elevator. Ding. He's just like, as it closes, he's just like, looking at you like, what the fuck? Door closes up. Now what? Now what for Emerald? Before I move on.
What do we I watched I escorted the David out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I reconnoitered with Noctum.
Okay.
Say, what do we have? He's with Twitch, right?
Correct. They're both working on their individual projects, but they're in each other's space.
Go to them and I say, give me what we got.
I made a research roll on Silent Water. Right, that's what you gave me, right?
Yep.
Yes, that's what I give you. And I'm also passing on the IP address of the user on the dark web to the team to dig in on, since we do have people and we don't have to carry the load entirely by ourselves.
Okay. Wait, say that last part again. I'm sorry. I thought I heard it correctly. Just want to make sure.
Well, I'm passing off the IP address of that user where I got these last 2 bits of info about the Silent Water and the Onyx warehouse. The actual source where I got that information. I'm passing the IP address on to the team to look into, to somebody on the team to look into.
Okay.
They should be more than able to handle that.
I'm listening to them.
No, just give me a second.
Lewis.
I'm just typing.
Lewis writing something down. Yeah.
Birdie Nicole.
Okay. All right. So you guys are working on that. Was there anything else, Emerald, that you were going to interface with for Noctum and Twitch on?
I pulled Noctum to the side. And have a private conversation with him. Noctum, whatever's going on with your tech has fortune teller very spooked. And that is, we have to address that quickly. Hopefully, before this mission is over, or maybe I don't know if this, I don't know, because I don't know whatever's going on, if that will affect or ultimately bite us in the ass with the ensuing mission. But I would like to just have us all be aware that you might be a potential threat. But I trust that you'll know what to do when the time comes.
I'm running a check on my systems to see what that could have been. See if there's anything, any anomalies. I've got nothing at the moment. There are just too many things happening at once. So I'm trying to hand off as much as I can to others to pick up the slack.
I understand. Saying this not just for our people, but for yours as well.
Okay. So moving on to Fortune Teller and Crimson Sage. You arrive on the scene. I seen little bits of what do you call it? Of police tape that are still attached to like around a light post and a fire hydrant, but they've since been ripped off. Just what was initially wrapped around those things. There are cars parked in the spaces where the video showed the kidnapping. There is steps to... Which one did you go to, by the way? It just...
The dorm, if I'm correct.
Sage, do you remember? Do you guys...
What?
The location you guys were going to.
It was his... It was like
No,
his...
it was,
Oh, it was the first
what did you
location.
tell him? Decided.
It was Gotham Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The school itself obviously is closed. There are some lights on here and there because it is a preparatory school. There are living quarters for staff and maintenance, but for the most part, it's shuttered. There's a gate leading into a large courtyard, and in the courtyard itself, there is a fountain. It's very blue-bloodish. So you can see where the money is. The architecture is exquisite and old and very well kept. The grounds themselves are very well kept, even outside on the public-facing street. There's a 7-foot-high wrought iron gate with the sharp-tip spikes. Up and down to the left and to the right of the school are brownstones. Not brownstone. Yeah, brownstones. And it's tree-lined streets. Outside of the fact that it looks idyllic, there's not a lot happening. It's about 4:30 in the morning. So the sun's still not up, and the sky hasn't started to change over into the morning light show that's about to come up with the sun. So describe for me what you're doing, how you're doing it, because you would be double parked. No, you could park in front of the school, but because it's one of those spaces in Manhattan where it's designated for school personnel only, and so that means that there's no residential parking there. So you're able to squeeze into that spot. That's easy enough to do, so you don't have to double park. And when you exit the vehicle and you take a gander of your surroundings outside of what I described, it's incredibly quiet. Not even the birds have woken up yet.
All right. So Lou,
Yeah.
so my sixth sense is always on. So
Correct.
that's one I want to make sure. If anything was to, so I don't feel nothing crazy, right?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So I'm gonna look towards Sage and ask, basically, before, before we go any further, maybe I should take a walk inside in a little bit of a different form. So let's sit in the car for a little bit, and I'm gonna go in a little bit of. I'm gonna take a walk inside, but just watch me while I'm meditating.
In other words, you're gonna do your astral projection again.
Right.
I tell you that in character.
Yeah, because he would know.
How would he know?
Because I'm trained in that.
Yeah, that's his background.
Trained into supernatural.
I didn't know.
Well, now you know.
Well, now
knowing
you
is
do.
half the battle. I wish I had that sound effect. That'd be awesome.
G.I. Joe? G.I. Joe.
Dude, is that train sound you or is that me?
There's no train, but I did change the music.
Oh, I heard a train. I guess it's me by me.
All right. So
I mean, I'm good, but damn, thank you.
so I'll watch over his body. Hopefully nothing too creepy happens.
Okay.
So Lou, I'm gonna go into astral projection
Mm-hmm.
and walk into the school
Okay.
and see if I find clues.
So you're
of
doing a
which-
physical astral projection, not going into astral plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is, most likely his room will be taped off. And I'm gonna look for the room that's taped off.
Okay. The getting into the school, obviously not an issue for you. The spaces in here that nothing seems to be off. You can hear echoes of people, using those buffers and getting the floors ready. There's just that one maintenance man you walk past, and it takes a while. This place is surprisingly big considering the outside edifice, but you didn't really get you're from street level. You don't really get a full understanding of the architecture until you're in it. High ceilings, very well kept, very rich furnishings. It takes you maybe about 10 minutes to get to the student dormitories, the student level. And all down the hall, this first hallway, you don't see anything with any tape. You finally come to, and about, all told, 20 minutes. You come to the door that says, I forgot what his name is, but you come to the boys' dorm room. You can see there's no tape, but there's a one of those NYPD orange stickers that do not enter, and it's and there's a tape that seals the door to make sure so that no one can get in, which is not really securing it, but they'll know that someone broke in and entered. So
it's like the void tape.
yeah, something like that. And you pass through into the room. You can see his dorm. His room seems relatively well kept for his age. Just some old takeout boxes, some old pizza boxes that are on his desk, his computer desk. There's an open laptop. Actually, no, that would have collected that. So there was a space for a laptop. There was a space for a computer tower. Those have been taken. Just the monitor is left. Monitor, keyboard, mouse. He does have a TV on the wall. There is a gaming console, but you don't see. There's nothing from your line of sight right now in your first visual inspection to suggest that there's anything out of order.
Does he have like a night table?
Yes, the top drawer is already open. As if the investigators have already combed through it.
Right. I'm gonna look inside and see what's in there.
What do you mean?
Like what's inside his night table? Is just everything gone inside the drawer?
Can you can't physically touch move objects in your astral form?
I could do telekinesis.
Okay. I'm trying to understand how you're doing it. So that's why I said walk me through it. So the drawer itself, it pulls out to a point where it stops because there's a latch on it, and there's just some personal effects, some his school ID, some papers, some loose papers, some notes. You can see a birthday card. There's a couple of gift cards that are still in there. Nothing on just looking at it visually. You don't see anything.
Right. School ID.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out the school ID.
Okay, you lift it
On the table. Check and see. Now you said the drawer stops at a certain spot, like it doesn't fully
No,
extend.
you can't pull it all the way out. In other words, like pull it out of the frame.
Now there's like buttons on the side that usually you push up and it slides all the way out.
Yeah.
Can I slide it out?
You're able to manipulate it to pull it out, and
Okay.
it's floating there.
All right, I'm gonna lay it on the floor
Mm-hmm.
and look inside to see if is there anything inside, like anything that somebody could have hidden inside there. Like it could be a photo, it could be a piece of paper, it could be a flash drive, it could be anything that they usually would, hide something underneath inside. Just
Okay.
check.
One thing
even
that
a paper fell through the back.
All right. So one thing that does when you pull it out, it falls out from underneath the drawer, is a photo, and it's of him and like three other kids. And matter of fact, it's him and the other 3 kidnap victims. They're all on a boat. It looks like it looks like a summertime picture. And he's in
a recent photo?
bathing suits. There's no way to tell. There's nothing written on it, but there is.
You can look at their age, the picture. Does it look very close to the age of what they are right now?
Actually, no. They look a lot younger.
Okay.
Right. You probably tell that the kids in this picture are maybe about 15, 16.
All right.
With Lily Chen being about 14.
Okay. So if I didn't find nothing else, I'm going to put the drawer back,
Mm-hmm.
close. I'm going to leave the photo and the ID sitting on the table for now. I'm going to take another sweep of the room, see if I find anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check underneath the bed, in between the bed. Like I'll just pick up one side of the bed and see if there's anything underneath, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Check his closet, see if anything. His dresser. Now his desk. So everything is basically gone on the desk, but does the desk has drawers itself?
Yeah. They were also rifled through.
Understandable. Do the same thing. Check underneath, like behind the drawer or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
just in case if there's anything that just fell behind.
Okay.
Because it happens to myself.
Okay, no, that's fine. Given the amount of time that you're expending to do this There's not going to be a necessary. This is why I'm not making you roll, because you're taking the time to look through this thoroughly. There's no secret compartments or anything like that, and unlike the other desk, there's no other photo. But you do see a card that links to the photo. It's a business card, and it's for a fishing. What do you call it? One of those party boats. And the address is, what do you call it? Hold on. It's located. It says ultimately, it comes to an address in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the card, the photo, and the ID.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take it with me and go back.
What's the range of your danger sense? I didn't write that down. Of your sixth sense, rather. Excuse me.
135 feet.
Okay.
He feels me lighting the lighter under his butt.
Just poking him. Poke, 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 poke. All right. You're making your way out of the room, and at a certain spot at the very edge of your the range of your sixth sense, you start getting that feeling. It freezes you, and to the point where you're looking around, maybe about 30 feet away is the guy who's buffering the floor. He's almost done with this length of floor before he gets to the stairwell. The stairwell is what leads you outside, and that's when you start feeling that.
Okay. So what I want to do is, let me ask you, when I go into astral form, I float like a ghost, correct?
Correct.
All right. So I'll go back into
you're the one
room.
that should be telling me this.
Yes. So I'm going to go into the room, open the window, and just float down from, close the window, make it look like I wasn't
You can
there.
go through the window. You don't need to open it, right?
I have to, because I got the picture and that.
Very good. Okay.
So I'm going to open the window, come out of it, close the window, float down to the bottom. It'll go to the car.
Okay. Sage, please roll perception.
Sure.
Okay.
19.
So you're sitting, looking around, waiting. And out of the corner of your eye, you see two things. From your right, you see there's a window that just slides open by itself, and then you see what looks like two small, tiny objects from your vantage point. They're floating in midair, and they're moving.
Really three: the card, the
Yeah.
ID, and the photo.
Okay, three things. Excuse me. And they're floating in midair. Then the window closes, and now they're floating down. Then, from the reflection of the window, on the windshield, and then your eyes go to the nearest window. You turn, and you can see someone on a rooftop of one of the brownstones directly across the street, say about 100 feet away. You can see a shape, a shadow on the rooftop.
Okay.
Now, do you have any special vision powers or abilities whatsoever?
I'm about to use one.
Okay, go ahead.
Call a knockout.
You're in the car.
Calling a knockout. I'm going to slip out of the car so I can have a full vantage point to throw my dagger, right? Ricochet it at an angle where I can knock him out, so that way he doesn't see it coming. Oh, and my range is 540 feet.
Okay. So seeing that, once you open the door, the car light goes on. So that's one. And you do slip out. I'm not saying that anything, but the light on the interior of the car does come on.
That's fine. I'm just keeping an eye on him.
Okay.
Because what I want to do is I want to see if I can still have the element of surprise. If I don't, then I'll just outright throw it at him.
All right. That's too far away, and you don't have any specific dark vision or anything like that. All right.
Outside of the, I don't have the goggles on right now, but that would be the only thing I have.
That's fine. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it here, and we will pick this up. If this is going to be it's just a shorter game because I have some stuff to do early in the morning. But if everyone's amenable to it, we can pick this up next Monday. You just got to be here at the regular time, and then we'll get started right away. We'll pick up from where we left off here. In this specific moment, just letting you know, Crimson Sage, you are stuck in an action, so there's not going to be any dialogue or anything like that. As far as the other group, that is something that we can continue to a certain point throughout the week. Just follow us on our Discord channel. What is our Discord channel? It is Gotham After Dark. So if you're interested, just sign up and go to Gotham After Dark and see and interact with us. We're always willing to talk with anybody who watches, and we have one dedicated viewer on our who posts comments on our YouTube channel, which is also Gotham After Dark. So that's always fun, and that's where we're going to leave it. So, for Noctum, Crimson Sage, Twitch Emerald, and Fortune Teller, I am DM Discretion. Thank you all very much, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much.